how life is here. Knowing that everything you love could be ripped away in an instant. But one day, I decided that I would never live in fear again.
Why are you considered an adversary? Smoke from the haters, that's all imaginary. I guarantee I walk heavier than the crown I carry. So bow your heads when you're in the presence of legendary.
That's what makes you dangerous, Rico. You are just like me.
Gabriela Morales commands the Black Hand. If we go to war with her, you won't be enough.
How's it feel? Having an army?
He's growing on me. You're in the presence of legendary. I don't understand why all this talking is necessary. Why you exchanging heated vocabulary. I guarantee I walk heavier than the crown I carry. So bow your heads when you're in the presence of legendary. Why are you considered the adversary? Smoke from the haters, that's all imaginary. I guarantee I walk heavier than the crown I carry. So bow your heads when you're in the presence of legendary.
So we start this presentation today from this panoramic spot in Solis that gives you a pretty good idea of the extent of the world. Everything is procedurally generated, everything is there for your use, per use, and to just have fun with those. Let's just jump down the cliff. Needless to say, both parachute and wingsuit are back. We know how much you did love those in the previous games, so we did the extra effort to perfect them even more. We improved the interaction model, and we've polished the animation and the way that Rico relates to his. So it's pretty colorful, and the reason is that this plane was actually belonging to the Black Hand, so it was looking quite badass, black and red, but your army took control of it and it just graffitied and made it fun. Those are there to advise player about playable content that is nearby. Now they're gonna get less and less because they're gonna go up in the air. But the point is that Solis is not only the biggest world we craft so far, it's also the most rich in terms of things to do. So that widget, it's gonna alert player whether there is something to do for the revolution or for a secondary character or for a main story, and so on. So as Brian is flying over the desert, you may notice that there is a certain variation in the landscape itself. Like now, we are just welcoming a mine. Welcome the mine. Ooh, that it's, you can tell it's desert, but it's not really desert. It looks and feels different. This is one of those things that we call sub-biomes. And we need to use these to infuse variety within the biomes itself, because again, they are big. If they were all looking samey, you will be bored pretty soon, and I don't want that. We just want to give you surprise after surprise. There's the sensor. I did promise before that we would have passed nearby. I hope we don't end inside it, because one of the features of the sandstorm itself is that it drastically reduces your visibility. That is quite interesting is the canyon that goes with a river at the bottom. Now, the world is big, and it's big not just for the sake of being big. It's big because Rico moves fast. He moves fast if he's in a vehicle, he moves fast if he's in his wingsuit, and he basically teleports himself every time that he fires his grappling hook. So we literally need ground to cover. This time around, we also built it differently. It look and feel different. They also play different. The biome literally structure your gameplay space. So that say, driving on the desert through the dunes is a completely different feeling than driving on the rainforest, where it's kind of hard to get off-road because you got trees everywhere. Now think a bit about it. This also means that the moment that you are chased by the Black Hand, the strategies that you're going to employ in the desert are completely different from the one that you're going to employ in the grassland, the alpine, or the rainforest. It's like having 4 games in one. This is one of the town that I love the most. It's inspired by Huacachina. That's a town in Peru, an oasis. Vehicles, things that are built in a way that can interact meaningfully with them. So even if you take just a otherwise insignificant food cart, here it is that with the addition of just a propane tank, you can make it interesting once you interact, with airlifter, booster, or somebody else. So we got the airlifter attached to a red barrel. The jet up there, it could have very easily gone onto that. And now the airlifter is following Rico wherever he goes. So Brian has just built a cloud of red barrels. What do you do with a cloud of red barrels? You rain explosions, right? Now, we've seen a food cart, we've seen a cloud of red barrel. Let's approach one of those objects where we actually put a lot more love than anything else. We call them the chaos objects, because when you destroy them, you accrue chaos. Because chaos is bad, and in a meaningful way, the GC2 way, not the GC3 one. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it in a second. So look at this. This is a radar. However, when we saw this, everybody in the studio thought, oh, it looks like a catapult. So you probably think that too. And if you as my player think that, I don't want to frustrate you. So I want for this thing to actually work. And I guess what we've created, it's a flying tank. So what's interesting here is that the player, Brian there, is still driving the tank. And this is, since we have engineered the control so that you can use your grappling hook attachments even when you are driving vehicles. At the same time, you can see this updraft. Wind is a big component of the game, and you know for sure if you've seen the tornado video. We don't have only destructive wind, there is just wind that brings you around the world, and there is what we call mechanical wind, like this one. I love this because it allows me to hover in my parachute over the base and rain that from above. Let's see what happens if we shoot the wing gun now. Fire it now. Rico gets propelled. And this is kind of a testament to how deep and coherent the physics model is. Now, this said, I want to start a bit from a mission, and you may of a lightning storm and of a black hand attack. And what we are asking the player to do, we are asking the player to rise 3 lightning rods so that they will attract lightning and make the area secure for Rico and his army. So let me tell you something about the extreme weather. There were 3 principles that we were following when engineering and designing each one. Not an easy challenge, and each extreme weather event achieves it in a different way. So I'm gonna tell you how we did that with the lightning, and this discovery is going to hopefully help you to make sense of control when a lightning strike. And let's say if it works, the lightning should hit the chopper, and indeed it hits the chopper. And I could definitely watch this going on for hours and hours. As for the flying tanks, but again, we don't have hours and hours, so I apologize about that. But getting to conclusion now, we just played for 15 minutes, I believe, but we've seen quite a lot of things. We've seen Solis, and hopefully now you have a better idea of what the extent and the variety of the world
Desert. We had no desert in Just Cause 3. Indeed, something that player lamented was that there was not enough variety and feeling of discovery. So we really push on that. And now we got a desert, but we also have a rainforest, an alpine region, and grasslands.
早速これは舞台のソリスの中なんですけれども、まずはこの砂漠から今始めています。そして前回には砂漠なかったんですけれども、今回いろんなこの天候だけじゃなくていろんな地域を追加しているので、今見えているのは砂漠だけなんですけれども、熱帯雨林もありますし、さらにはこの遠くの方に今左手にも見えている雪山のような地域もあって、本当になんかいろんな気候がこう混在しているような国になっています。道がすごいんです。
Yeah,
道がずっと。
It's not just about the variety in the environment, it's also a lot of things to do. If you look on the top left, there are icons that change. They tell the player about things that you can do around you. Like now we are going to collect a speed ring.
もちろんそういったところだけではなくてですね、今画面左上の方にいろんなアイコンが切り替わっていたと思うんですけれども、あれはこうサイドミッションみたいなものを今表示していて、今ちょうどスピードリングという車とパラシュートを使ってこの輪っかの中を通っていくようなこうチャレンジミッションみたいなのを今達成したところですね。
Here are some of the new things you can do with the grappling hook. You can now retract things, but also attach airlifters that propel things up or boosters.
でついにここでグラップリングフックなんですけれども、今回エアリフターというこうやって風船を取り付けることができるようになっていまして、それを使ってこうやって物を浮かすだけじゃなくて、ブースターというものをつけることでさらに加速させることもできるようになっています。
あらららら。
Now, what's really fun is when you use these attachments together with the objects that are in the world, because we've built them just to make them fun to combine with the attachments.
そしてですね、こうマップにいろんなオブジェクトを用意しているので、そういったグラップリングエアリフター、ブースターをこうやって組み合わせることでいろんな面白いことができるようになっています。
すごいすごい。これはもうかりんとうで見たタオパイパイと一緒ですよ。あんなことできるんですか。
And beyond that, you can also change parameters. Now, for example, we are telling the airlifter to follow Rico, so they stop at our height, and we've built a cloud of red barrels.
で今燃料バレルにバルーンをくっつけたんですけれども、実は浮かすだけじゃなくてモッドを変えることによってですね、今リコを必ず追ってくるようにっていう設定をしたんですね。なのでそれを使うことでこう自由自在に燃料バレルを空中に浮かすことができるようになってます。
Oh, this one is fun. So we built this object, and it's a radar, right? Then we look at it, and it looked like a catapult. So if it looks like a catapult, player will want to try to use it as a catapult. So we went the extra mile to make it sure that that would have been possible.
これ実は一つの敵の通信設備のレーダーなんですけれども、ちょっとこう見た感じ投石機カタプルトに見えませんかというところでこうやって吹っ飛んでいくんですけれども、なので別にカタプルトとして作られてるわけじゃないんですけれども、プレイヤーの工夫次第でああやって使うこともできますと。
And actually, this is simple stuff because you can really push the boundary of creativity. And now we are going to see an example of what happens when you push those boundaries.
本当に全てがプレイヤーがいかにクリエイティブにできるかっていうところなんですけれども、その最もいい例を今からお見せいたします。
見たい見たい。相当いろいろなことができそうですね。
To pull off this stunt, we are going to drop a tank. Supply drop, it's a feature that lets player, drop a weapon, a vehicle, a toy, whatever, whenever they want.
今は任意に要請できる補給物資を呼んで、今空から戦車を落としてもらいました。
ああすごい。これもホイポイ感がすごい。
Okay, then what's happening now? I was telling about the mods before. We are changing the way that airlifter and booster work in a way that's conductive of the stunt that we want to pull off.
今は今からやりたいスタント用にこのモッドの微調整を今しているところですね。
そう結構細かくできますね。
組み合わせは本当に無限ではもちろんないんですけれども、もうめちゃくちゃ多いので。
So precisely what we've done, we told the balloon to be indestructible and to stop about 10 meters above ground. And we've set the booster so that they are stabilized. They will push things only on a plane, never up and never down.
で今設定したモッドはですね、まず、風船を破壊不能に設定した。
破壊不能
無敵風船です。
すごいですね。
そして10メートルまでしか浮上しないように設定した上で、さらにブースターを必ず垂直にではなく平行に飛ぶように設定しています。
上だけじゃなくて横に移動できるってことですね。めちゃくちゃ売ってる。
これで空飛ぶ戦車の完成っていうところです。
初めて見たけど。
これはみんなね、子供が夢見る空飛ぶ戦車ですね。
Oh yeah, totally. It's my dream, right?
My dream.
まさにもう子供の夢じゃなくて僕の夢でもあります。
実現したんですね。
So what you see there, it's a front line. It's your army against the Black Hand. You have this front line constantly into the game and tells you about the progress that you've made.
で今は実は下の方ではリコが率いる反乱軍、政府に反乱している軍と、ブラックハンドと呼ばれる敵組織の戦いを今、戦車で援護してあげたという形ですね。
ミッションの中の一つだったんです。
We just changed the environment. Now we are in the rainforest. Looks quite different, and we are playing a little bit with wind. Wind it's an important
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
component of the game. And in any other game, wind would just be something like, eh. But in a game where you are almost always either in parachute or wingsuit, it becomes a way to have gameplay out of thin air.
今回は砂漠から撃ってかって今熱帯雨林の方の地域なんですけれども、最初にレーダーを飛ばしたのはウィンドガンと呼ばれる風を飛ばす銃なんですけれども、そして他のゲームですとこう風っていうのがこうちょっと木が揺れたりとか草が揺れたりする程度のエフェクトなんですけれども、ジャストコーズにおいてはそれが一つの大きなゲームプレイの要素になって変わってきてます。
あ、すげえ。
今この下からこう出ているのも気候操作をしているこう風を作っている装置なんですよね。
だから上昇してたんですね。
はい、そういうことです。
おーしゃ。
That was the first one, the first thing. The second thing, we wanted for extreme weather to be challenging because, you know, if there is a tornado or big lightning and nothing happens, I just feel like plastic. But we also wanted for the player who understand how it works to be able to use them for his advantage.
まずこういった劇的な天候の変化によってただ天気が見た目変わるだけじゃなくて、プレイヤーにちょっとしたこうチャレンジをもたらすべきだと考えていますと、ただその中でもそういった過酷な環境の中でもジャストコーズらしさのそのいろんなこうプレイヤーが探索していろいろ試してもらいたいので、そういったところを今からお見せしたいと思います。
わかりました。
And we made this possible with the lining with a simple rule. Aligning is always going to hit either the highest character or the highest vehicle on the screen.
なので、この雷に関してはですね、ジャストコーズ4の中の雷は一つのルールがありまして、必ず一番高いところに落ちる。なのでリコが一番高い場合は例えばこうやって飛んでいる時はリコに落ちてしまいます。
危ない。
Unless there is a lightning rod. Indeed, here we are in a part of a mission where what you have to do, you have to raise these 3 lightning rods so that the area becomes safe again for you and your army.
ただその一つの例外が今立てた飛来神を立てることで雷はそちらに行ってくれるようになります。
距離的に近ければ。
はい。
Yeah, now when you see those little electricity there, that means that either Rico or another character may be hit by a lightning. It will be hit by a lightning if in the moment the lightning comes, it's the highest on the screen.
で今こうリコが飛んでいる中で背中の方でこうパチパチとこう発電しているエフェクトが出ていると思うんですけれども、それは雷が来るよっていう意味なので、その時は例えばちょっと自分の位置を低くしたりだとか、屋根の下に避難したりだとか、そういったことを行動を取る必要があります。
So this means that if you are wingsuiting around and you are the highest thing on the screen, you know, you better find a repair or send somebody higher than you.
なのでこういったエフェクトが出てきた時に自分が一番高いと必ず雷に打たれてしまうので、ちょっと工夫することでただ逆にそれを利用することもできるんです。
Now we're just seeing drones. Drones are a new addition to the game.
で今今回実は最初からドローンも敵として出てくるようになっているんですけれども、
And the chopper was actually down by a lightning.
で今ヘリコプターは実は雷で今破壊されたんですけれども、
そうなんだ。
わざと雷が来るタイミングに合わせて自らを、ヘリコプターの下に行ったことで、雷はリコじゃなくてヘリコプターに当たったっていう。
うわ飛んでる。
We really wanted to go big on variation, and so there's 4 different distinct biomes in the world of Solis. It's a fictional South American island we've created for Just Cause 4. And so the 4 biomes, as you can see here in the video playing, we've got a desert biome, we have a rainforest, grasslands, and an alpine region. And we also have 2 to 3 sub-biomes. Those biomes are these transitionary areas between the different regions. Again, we going for that variety as you're wingsuiting through the world to make sure everything feels very fresh and different.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I got distracted by this amazing mural that we're watching.
So pretty.
Obviously, you know, Just Cause is known for these massive open worlds and traversal, and vehicles are coming back in a really big way. Omar, what are some of the cool things that I'm going to get to drive?
I mean, we have all kinds of new vehicles this time. There's one up in the air, being airlifted by our new grappling hook. We have industrial vehicles, we have sports muscle vehicles, obviously we have jets, helicopters, lions, tigers, bears, oh my. But the most interesting thing about all the vehicles this time around is that they all have some sort of secondary functionality. So we have like heavy loaders, dump trucks, magnetized sky cranes where you can pick things up. and bring them to one side of the world. It kind of goes on and on and on. But yeah, variation's a big theme of Just Cause 4. So what a device or a vehicle primarily does, it always comes with some sort of secondary function. So you can discover that as you play the game.
I'm guessing that secondary function is usually in service of blowing things up or throwing things around, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or taking care of lawn maintenance. That helps too, you know.
Sure, mowing the lawn.
Yeah, the grasslands, rainforest, that needs to happen.
We're seeing a little bit of weather in this clip that's on screen right now. You guys have like a whole new systemic weather system in Just Cause 4.
Yeah, that's right. So with each of these biomes, we wanted to bring an extreme weather for Rico to play around in. Here we're showing off our lightning storm. Basically, because the game is so vertical, we wanted to give some really fun challenges to players on how they handle that verticality when they've got this extreme weather going on. And all of these weather types, we have, we've shown the tornado previously, of course. Here's our lightning storm. We've got a couple of things as well in the other regions. But these are actually weather simulations based off of real weather systems.
Super real.
Very realistic, yeah.
Very real.
Super real.
This is how weathermen do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so again, all of these are systemic. So if you think, you know, like lightning should function where it hits the highest point, that means it probably will. And that's how all of our weather systems, and we try really hard with all of our physics systems to keep true to that.
And you guys have this awesome Apex engine that you guys have created specifically for this. Can you tell us a little bit about how that engine works and why it makes this awesome destruction and chaos possible?
Yeah.
Sure. So the Apex engine is sort of like the culmination of 15 years of open world sandbox experience.
Welcome to Spotlight. This is a video series where we take a closer look into a different aspect of Just Cause 4. If you're looking for fresh information and sneak peeks on gameplay, you have come to the right place. For our first episode, we're focusing on the rich, bustling world of Solis and the gargantuan biomes, intricate sub-biomes, and of course, extreme weather. It's time to take a tour of the huge world that you'll be exploring as of December 4th. The world of Solis. Taking inspiration from South America, Solis is the most diverse and memorable landscape that Just Cause has ever had. There's a vast array of unique landmarks that you can discover and explore. It is incredibly tempting to take a buggy ride through the dusty desert at sunset, or hike up a humid hill in the rainforest, and simply get lost in the gorgeous atmosphere. Avalanche Studios have really gone back to the roots of Just Cause, and now has a map that will excite your curiosity no matter where you look. This rich South American-inspired setting introduces 4 distinct biomes comprising of rainforest, grasslands, desert, and alpine. How do these different biomes alter the way you play? These biomes have various vertical opportunities. Plateaus, mountains, and canyons mix up the terrain. They also need to cater to places where it's fun to drive and use the new vehicles. From rolling hills to sand dunes to a brand new interstate with no speed limits. So, let's explore each biome. Heavily inspired